Kentucky Attorney General says he's making history by opening a special new office in Louisville now. It includes a new partnership on violent crime with Louisville Metro government and the Jefferson County Attorney's Office. Mike O'Connell. Coleman, the Republican Attorney General, announced the violent crime reduction team today. He says the crime in Jefferson County has ripple effects across the state and must be stopped at the source. Prosecutors with the AG's office will now be stationed in Louisville to handle more cases locally. It's welcome news for mothers like Krista Gwynn, who lost her son to gun violence and whose daughter is physically impaired by it.
I'm not a mayor. I'm a mom. I'm the community. And I stand with Russell. I stand with David. I stand with Greenberg. I have yet to meet Chief Humphrey, but I stand and support him because they are here to protect my future of my children. What we know.
Russell Coleman, who was once a prosecutor in the U.S. Attorney's Office in Louisville and then became the U.S. Attorney here, says the partnership will take much of the workload off of the county attorneys.
The public would be astounded at the number of cases that the assistant Commonwealth's attorneys carry here in Jefferson County. It's extraordinary. The number of cases that detectives are carrying at LMPD, it is extraordinary. I'm limiting the number of cases that these prosecutors will take so that we can get good outcomes.
He said they're going to focus on non-fatal shootings and convicted felons who are in possession of firearms. Hurricane Milton passing over and through Florida last night, hours earlier than expected. Coming on shore about 8:30 last night is a Category 3 hurricane. 4 people killed in St. Lucie, Florida by tornadoes that struck Milton before landfall.
And we have more on the extensive damage in Florida coming up in just a couple of minutes. But first, Ben, you've got more on the local forecast. Not really any impact here, right?
Yeah, none whatsoever. There you can see the clear sky over much of the United States and what's left over of Milton now moving away from Florida. Thankfully, things really calming down over Florida. Here, it's been calm for a long time and clear. Once again, day after day, no clouds in the sky. Mid to upper 70s, low humidity at 31%, and temperatures all throughout the viewing area in the lower to mid 70s most spots, right at 72 degrees. Room temperature in Shelbyville, LaGrange, and Carrollton, and all clear sky continues. Once that sun drops a little bit more on the horizon here over the next hour or two, we'll start to move into the 60s for much of this evening, and very cool again for tonight as most areas will drop down to the 40s. So after that little early morning chill, we're back into the mid to upper 70s for a fantastic Friday afternoon. So for tonight, clear and a little bit chilly, lows in the upper 40s, right around the upper 60s at noon tomorrow, and that forecast high at 77 tomorrow afternoon. Now, we warm up a little bit this weekend, back to some 80s, and then a significant cool down after that coming up for next week in our Weather Impact Team 7-day forecast.
Ben, thank you. All new tonight at 5 o'clock. We're honoring the lives of the 3 crew members who were aboard the medical helicopter that crashed in northern Kentucky, Owen County, Kentucky, earlier this week. The pilot, Gail Alleman, the flight nurse, Bethany Aiken, and the flight medic, James Welsh. All were based in Grant County, Kentucky. That's also northern Kentucky. Today, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear shared his condolences in his Team Kentucky update. Isaiah Kim Martinez and photojournalist Emma Gefter have more on the helicopter crew members who died.
We're certainly thinking about them, praying for their families, and we'll stand with them.
Tributes pouring in from across Kentucky days after that medical helicopter crashed into this wooded area of Owen County on its way to pick up a patient. The National Transportation Safety Board showing us the wreckage earlier this week. The fuselage of the chopper laying right at the edge of these trees.
They deserve all the recognition and respect.
The crash killed all 3 crew members on board, including flight nurse Bethany Aiken, who had roots in Louisville. Bethany Aiken actually was a former nurse in the ICU over at Norton Hospital. I've heard from some of her former colleagues who say she touched the hearts of everyone she worked with. One of them in a statement saying, quote, "I know that in these last months she had finally found her place, her people, her job, her career, and that she was really happy."
They are extremely dedicated. You know, we're out here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All the big holidays, everything.
I talked to Brian Johnson over at Bowman Field. He's the vice president of the Kentucky Air Medical Association. The tragic news hit him and so many others in the gut.
We were deeply saddened. Our most sincere condolences to those impacted.
As for the chopper that crashed, the NTSB identifies it as a Bell 206. It's similar to the one shown on the Air Evac Life Team website. Listed as more than 42 feet long, it can go as high as 20,000 feet. Investigators are looking into the guy wire supporting a communications tower, which the FAA says the helicopter hit before crashing.
If you know any of these families, make sure you wrap your arms around them. They're going to need you in the days and the weeks, the months and the years to come.
The NTSB removing the broken parts of the helicopter this week with a continued investigation they say could take at least a year to complete. There is a GoFundMe set up for flight paramedic James Welsh. You actually see him on the end there. His wife is pregnant, and if you'd like to help their family during this difficult time, we have the fundraiser information on our website. That's WHAS11.com. Guys.